Hi guys, it's Dawn, and in this video I'm going to show you some basic editing skills in Canvas Studio. So I'm in my Canvas Studio library. You can see I have a lot of stuff in here. I'm just going to make a screen recording, a screen capture right here, and I'll show you what I do with it with students. The first time you do this, you do have to download the screen capture tool, and Kevin made a video on the bit.ly/ASD Canvas tutorials page all about showing you how to do that. Once you do it one time, you don't have to do it again. You can see the little widget has popped up here, so I just need to change this to my screen size because I'll be recording whatever's inside this dotted line here. I actually want to make this bigger so you guys can see my tabs. For students, I probably wouldn't, but for you guys, I want you to see what I'm doing. All right, so I'm just going to make a screen recording for students, and I'm just going to kind of do a sample of what I did earlier and then show you the editing tools on it. So earlier I made a video for my students. I started here just as a blank white background so that I could add some pictures and some text to it, and I'll show you guys how to do that. And so what I did for my students is I said, hey kids, tomorrow is Wednesday, the e-learning day. I said, hey kids, tomorrow you're going to be working on your iReady test. And so I showed them some directions here. And then I said, okay kids, when you're done with your iReady test, you're going to go to your modules. And I actually had this in student view, so it was less confusing for them. For you guys, I'm just kind of showing you the basics of what I did. And what I did for them is I just clicked on Wednesday. I ran them through my little directions here. I actually made a video earlier. This is the video that I'm talking about that I made earlier. I ran them through the directions. I told them that everybody has office hours. And that type of thing. So this video right now that I'm recording is about a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and stop recording. So there, I stopped in my Canvas Studio recording. So it's a minute, 2 seconds. I'm going to say done. And I want to call this teacher editing sample. So in the sample, I'm just going to show you guys how to edit, some basic editing tools. So I click edit. And here are the biggest things you need to know. Over here is tools. Let me make this the whole screen here. So right here, this is tools. Probably the most important thing you're going to need as a teacher is cut. So you can cut out sections. So often I'll make a mistake and then I will just pause for a long time in my video and then I'll try it over again. And then I'll just cut out that section that I made the mistake in. So it's super easy. You just go to wherever you want in your video. You're going to add a cut. So you just drag your bar. So everything that's red down there, you're actually going to cut out. If I clicked OK here, it would cut that part of the movie out. I'm not going to do that because I want you guys to see what the movie looks like. So I'm not going to do that part. So I'm going to hit cancel. I'm going to go back here. So I hit the space bar. Another tool that you are going to find super useful is this overlay copy. So overlay here, you can add a bunch of different things. You could add images. You can blur out sections of your screen. So if you're showing them how to get into Canvas and you're using a student's ID or whatever, you can blur that out. If you want to do an outline, so I often will use an outline, a square or a circle to just kind of highlight something on my screen. So if I wanted to show them grades or something like that, there are different styles that you can use. You can change the color, the thickness, you can add a shadow or not. These just mean that you have a transition coming in and out. Okay. And down here, if you'll notice down here in the toolbar, this is the transition in. This is showing the shape. This is the transition out. So I'm just going to click OK. And let me show you what that looks like. So I'm going to move my little bar here. I'm going to hit the space bar. So I don't know if you noticed, but it faded in it showed the bar, and it faded out, okay? You can also add things on top of each other. So maybe I want that bar and I want something else. So I'm going to overlay maybe some text. And I might say something like, here are your grades. Like maybe I'm showing them a page in their book or something like that. You can change the colors, you can change, the shape, you can make it a call out or not a call out. So you can make it a call out or not a call out, just a box. You have the basic commands here. You can change the, the font and all those types of things. So it actually has quite a variety of font here. So you could spend probably days in here trying to find the correct font that you want. I'll just grab something so it's different. You can change the size if you would like. Whoa, that's way too big. Maybe not that big. When you click done, you can move this. You can move the little call out. I like to put my little Bitmoji here. So I have my Bitmoji here, and then I make my Bitmoji say something because kids like that. And if you look down here now, so when I hover here, there's nothing, right? When I hover over here, now I'm starting to get into these things. So this is where the text is and the picture. So if I want to modify text, I would click here so I could modify this box. Okay. If I want to modify the picture here, then I would click on this one and I could modify this box. So you can overlap things. You can have multiple things in the same spot, and that's totally fine. Let's keep going here. So maybe I want to do the same thing. I want to add this time, though, instead a picture or an image. So I like ones that have transparent backgrounds. This is from the Noun project. This is just a little icon here. So now I can change the size of this. I could crop it if I wanted to. So again, I put my Bitmoji here sometimes and I make my Bitmoji talk, and they really like that. Again, it's going to transition in. It's going to transition out. If there were multiple things, I could put this behind something or on top of something else. I could crop it. I could change the size of it. There's a lot of options here. Again, down here in the bar, you can see where it is. If you wanted maybe this to go longer, you could have it on your slide longer. So again, I could add whatever I wanted here. I could add text. I could add, maybe I want to add something else here. The overlays are very nice, and they'll probably be the thing that you use the most. Arrows. And once you set this up, like once I make it a yellow arrow in the right thickness, then every time I use an arrow in this presentation, it'll be the same. And you can change the color, you can change the thickness, you can change pretty much all this stuff. So there we go. When you look down here now, I've got an arrow and I've got this picture. And if you look up here, you can see you can modify the arrow or just the picture. You could add more things on top if you wanted to. I could add also some text if I wanted to. I could highlight part of the screen, which is nice because it kind of darkens the rest of the screen. So like earlier, I was showing them my test student in Canvas, and I was showing them what the grades were. So I was highlighting certain parts. So I could add a highlight here. Maybe I just want them to focus on, for some reason, this person's head, right? Again, I can change the style. I can blur it. I kind of like to change this and make it not quite as dark. So maybe more like that. Again, so here we go. This is me showing the students different things. Here I used arrows. I did a lot of call outs. So here would be a great time for you to put in some arrows or something like that. Again, cut is a really important one. So if you made a big mistake, cut is going to be super important. Overlays are going to be super important. And these other tools are also important, but I think those are the two that you're going to use the most, is cutting out chunks that you need to cut out, and then adding, text, blurring things out, adding shapes, adding arrows, highlighting text. You can add videos, like you could add a video to the corner of this if you wanted, or you can paste in special things. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Once you're done, like you've got all your things done in there, you can just click done here. It's going to say, what is the title again? You can put in a description if you want to, and then you just upload, and it is here in your Canvas Studio.